Ever feel like your homemade coffee just doesn't match up to your local CAF's brews picture starting your day? With a perfect espresso right from your kitchen, the best espresso machines can make this a reality. Do you want a machine that's straightforward and user-friendly, or are you looking to dive into the art of making espresso top machines combine simplicity with the ability to craft high-quality drinks? They often have powerful pumps of 15 bars or more for extract, ing-rich flavors, and bill-in grinders for freshly ground beans. Every time a word of advice, look for features like precise temperature control essential for getting that perfect shot, and steamed WS for frothing milk into creamy lattes and cappuccinos. Some even let you program your favorite settings, so your ideal cup is ready at the push of a button now. Just make sure to follow our links to get the best prices, and let's get going. Number 5. KitchenAid Semi-Automatic Espresso Machine. The sleek and glamorous look of the KitchenAid Semi-Automatic Espresso Machine means it will suit any modern kitchen. It features a compact design, and at 15 pounds it's easy enough to move around. Our only real qualm with this espresso machine is that an aptly sized espresso cup can easily vibrate out of place when pouring. You either need to hold it in place, not ideal from a safety perspective, or use a larger, heavier cup to avoid this issue. Other than that, we love the design of the KitchenAid Semi-Automatic Espresso Machine. It gives you the opportunity to be more involved in the espresso making process, including measuring out and tamping down the ground coffee yourself. Bear in mind it comes with a plastic exterior though, which might not be what you expect from this brand. Coffee. When we put it to the test, we found it produced nothing but delicious espresso from ground coffee, complete with a thick layer of crema and a delectable aroma. It couldn't be more straightforward to operate either, with 4 buttons to control everything, from the size of the shot to the water hardness level and temperature. There's a useful clean cycle here to help with descaling as well. Milk. This espresso machine offers some basic functions in addition to pouring espresso. It can produce steam and boiling water via the steam wand, meaning it can froth milk as well as pour water for hot tea. It was more than adequate in both of these areas, although we thought the steaming lacked a little power compared to the market leaders, so it could take a bit longer to get the consistency you're looking for. Number 4. Breville Barista Express. If you're a budding coffee connoisseur and customization is a top priority, we recommend the Breville Barista Express. This machine looks stunning on display with its stainless steel finish and visible pressure gauge. Not only that, it delivers too. Grinding. We love the customization this machine allows for. You can set the coarseness of the grounds as well as the quantity to a precise degree via 2 separate dials. Through this, you can adjust gradually until you find your perfect settings. It's a nice touch that the tamper is held in place via a magnet on the underside of the control panel. This keeps things tidy. Coffee. 4 portafilter baskets lets you switch between single and double shots with single and double-walled options, should you use pre-ground coffee. On test, we found this espresso machine performed consistently, delivering a high-quality flavor and texture of espresso complete with a thick layer of crema. It's quick to work too, although it will need 1 to 2 minutes to warm up at first. Milk. The Breville Barista Express can produce lattes and cappuccinos with the use of the built-in steam wand as well. We found the milk was foamy and creamy, with a decent level of froth after steaming. Should you prefer tea, it can dispense hot water directly from here as well. Bear in mind, this is a sizable machine, and it will take up a decent amount of counter space. We also noticed that there's no low water warning, which is a shame, but it's not a deal breaker. Ultimately, if you're happy to spend the money and you want an espresso machine that looks as good as it performs, this is the one to get. Number 3. Casa Brew's Espresso Machines CM5418. Considering the very reasonable price point, it's impressive off the bat that the Casa Brew's Espresso Machine CM5418 has a sturdy metal construction. On the front are 4 buttons: power, 1 cup, 2 cups, and steam, as well as a pressure gauge, and there is also a button on the side to control the steam wand or hot water dispenser. The greatest letdown in terms of quality was the portafilter, which felt a little flimsy. Still, for the price, it's hard to complain, especially because this is something you can easily upgrade on the likes of Amazon. Espresso. Our espresso had plenty of body and flavor. Of course, because there's no inbuilt grinder, you're going to want to invest in a coffee grinder if you want a really brilliant brew, as packaged coffee grounds don't dazzle the way a freshly ground bean will. Still, we were able to get a rich crema with good staying power after a few tries, and with the help of the Casa Brew's pressure gauge. Milk. The steam wand also lacks the bells and whistles of a more expensive machine, but was certainly capable of getting the job done. It took a little longer than most machines to preheat, and once it was in full flow, it made quite a bit of noise, but we were able to get a good quality foam once it got going. Number 2. Jura Yin A8. Jura is the gold standard of bean-to-cup coffee machines. While some entry-level alternatives are a bit boxy, this gently curved option places user experience at the forefront. Grinding was whisper quiet, brewing fast but considered, and the espresso was immensely high quality considering it came from a does-it-all machine. While the Yin A8 is expensive at around $1,500 minimum, it's not out of place in the espresso machine market, and coffee fanatics will tell you that there are many more expensive options out there that offer a lot less in terms of functionality. Grinder. Some people are nervous to embark on an espresso machine with a hidden grinder. The Yin A8's grinder sits towards the back of the machine, and both the grinding and tamping process take place deep inside the machine, meaning we couldn't inspect the grounds for consistency. However, adjusting is easy enough, and we noted that the process was supremely quiet throughout. Espresso. What sets this machine apart is the quality of its espresso. It remains the best quality espresso our senior home editor Millie has tried, over a year after testing it. Each shot we poured was nuanced, bringing out the notes of any beans we threw its way. If you drink coffee for the taste, not the caffeine, you'll love this machine. Milk. With the Yin A8, you don't need to worry about grinding and tamping your beans or fiddling with grind size. It does all that for you. And while you need to buy this separately, you can also steam milk by plugging a milk container into the side of the dispenser. The microfoam from this dispenser was sturdy yet smooth, and we liked the added touch of the lights under the dispenser switching to white when milk was being steamed. Our only complaint is that cleaning your milk tube can be fiddly. Some alternatives automatically flush out this tube to prevent it from clogging up, but we had to rinse the residue from this manually to prevent the milk from going bad and impacting our next drink. Number 1. The Breville Bambino Plus. The Breville Bambino Plus impressed us in our testing, consistently producing high-quality espresso and offering an excellent automatic milk frother for that extra professional finishing touch. It's difficult to produce a bad coffee from this particular espresso machine, and with a speedy 3-second heat-up time, you'll be enjoying a fantastically brewed shot in no time at all. Espresso. Although some will prefer to have an espresso machine with a built-in grinder, many coffee fanatics prefer to buy this separately and choose to pair the grinder of their choice with the Bambino Plus, which produces very high-quality espresso without taking up too much counter space. Like many of the best espresso machines, you can adjust the espresso settings for a shorter or longer shot. However, the adjustable pre-infusion settings here are particularly impressive. Milk. We had no difficulty using this steam wand manually to create a consistent microfoam, but what really impressed us was the MilQ Plus setting. This allows you to choose from 3 preset temperatures and textures, then leave your milk to be steamed automatically. The best bit? You'll then get to pour it yourself, allowing you to practice your latte art. That's it for today. Guys, now, tell us in the comments section, are you looking to make an old-fashioned Americano, or is cappuccino the right cup for you? Like and subscribe if you enjoyed our content, and have a nice one.